Hello, Internet. I'm Scott.
And I'm Danielle.
And we are here with CES 2020 pre-show.
20.
Oh,
it's
my
a new
goodness.
decade.
I cannot believe it.
What the heck?
And if you've watched our pre-shows before, you'll notice something different. Our backdrop. It's been a very long time since we've been on the show floor for our pre-show. In fact, it's been 6 years since this has been the setup, and that is because the Tech Podcasts Network big show is back. We are on the show floor this year, not in the little closet that we made fun of the last couple of years. That's below us.
Upgrade.
And we do still have access to that too.
Yes.
But we are on a tower overlooking the show floor. And as you can see behind us, there's a lot going on because they're still building booths behind us.
Yeah.
Because it's Sunday night and the show floor doesn't open till Tuesday. So they've got some time, and it is definitely chaos behind us, and it's supposed to be, and it's my favorite part. I miss doing the show from the floor.
Yeah, and I feel like this is one of our best views yet.
Yeah.
Because I know in the past, at least my past, I haven't been here for as long as everyone else, but I know that in the past, we weren't necessarily on the floor. We were always like outside in the hall or,
in North
you
Hall,
know.
at the base of the escalator.
So like this is really exciting.
Which was a great spot, but not this.
Yeah, this is definitely cool.
Being raised up in the air and being able to see this stuff behind us, and for you guys to finally really get to see the floor. So going back, well, let's go back a little bit. Let's go back
to last decade.
12 years to the first time TPN was here. We didn't do a live show. And then the next year, we were invited to do the show from the NBC Universal booth from the main desk at NBC Universal, which was awesome.
Yeah.
But it did mean that it was only 45 minutes a day. But boy, did that create an itch in the group. And so the next year, we had in the South Hall, we had a booth upstairs on the second floor. We had an actual, theoretically, an exhibitor booth. And so Todd decided, he goes, you know what we're going to do? Let's put our back to the show floor. And that is where all of this came from.
Genius.
But the show floor was just the other side of the hallway. Like that, that was all you saw. There were basically 3 booths, but there was the motion. And that's really what it's about, right?
And that's always fun, to see all of the people, like, walking through, like, the excitement. That's always really cool to see.
Yeah, and
so I know that's definitely our favorite shots.
Yeah, you'll get to see a lot of that because of what's behind us here. From what we can tell, we actually have some sort of, like, lounge pavilion right outside of our studio.
There are picnic tables sitting right outside of where we're sitting.
And little fake bushes. It's possible that it's that Hive. No, what was it? Hive B, HYVEB. The sprinkler company that had like a smart sprinkler.
Oh, yeah, it might be.
This looks similar to how their booths have looked in the past.
Yeah.
So this might be part of their booth. But it does mean
it gives the little vibes from our previous conferences.
But
better, bigger, better.
The IBM conference for one, and then another one from our past.
Yeah.
Right. But even MakerCon and
Yeah.
Roboticon there's so much going on behind us, and watching it be built in front of our eyes.
So today there are just trucks going everywhere. Like, it's actually dangerous to walk around the floor.
Our tower's been in motion all day. Every time we hear beeping, we like hold on.
You can feel the motion, and good thing I took Dramamine this morning. It's cool.
It has definitely been in motion up here, but it's been a tremendous amount of fun. And the fact that we're back and doing the big show, instead of being down in the closet, doing the big show means that we've been able to bring back a bigger cast, a bigger crew, which I'm so happy about. For those who remember the North Hall shows, it was, well, I guess it's a good thing we've got our own lights because it just got dark in here. it must have been 7. This is your 6th?
This is my 6th. I started in 2015.
So it must have been 7 CESs ago. We had a team of 25, representing, I think, 9 different brands. It was a huge team. It's the thing that we've wanted to get back to ever since then. It was definitely the height of our team size and the amount of fun that we had. And this year we've been we're not at 25, but we do have a big team representing.
And everyone is so dedicated.
Yes.
Like, it's awesome to have such a great dedicated team.
Yeah.
It's what really makes all of this happen. So.
And we have 7 brands represented from TPN this year. It's Plug Hits Live. We have the largest contingency at 6.
Right.
We have Geek News Central, which is Todd. We have GNC Weekly, which is Kirk. We have the Gadget Professor, which is Don Bain. He will have 2 other people with him. We have the Tech Ranch, which is Marlo Anderson. I don't remember if Alice is joining, but I do know he has at least one other person coming with him. We have... I feel like I'm missing one more. I'm not missing one more.
No, those are the ones you said.
Yep, because there is one more. I'm trying to count trophies in my head.
Right.
the one more is our guest here. You.
Hi.
We're hoping to make you a full member of
Well,
TPN. That's where we are right now.
As long as the hazing isn't hard.
Oh, it's really hard. You'll find out by the end of this week.
Yeah.
Because this is the hazing.
Absolutely.
Is this your first CES?
Yeah.
It is my first CES to be. I'm typically here in building because, like I was telling Scott earlier, I'm normally on the show that abuts up against CES here on property. So when this opportunity came up, I was like, well, I'm already there. I'd love to come. That'd be great. And yeah, it's super great. This is my first CES to not sneak in the side door. Because normally as they're leaving, we're coming in. So it's like, oh, let's hop in and check out let's just say that we're going in to check out our exhibit spots where we're going to be dropping gear, and we'll go look at everything.
Yeah, I didn't know this is your first one, but I just met him today. But can you please introduce yourself
Absolutely.
for people who don't know?
My name is Chris Jordan. I am the host of the Talking Sound podcast, and yeah, I'm a full-time AV technician. So this is right up my alley. This is what I'm all about. Nothing but toys and dirty toys and fun things that we can do in the AV world. But what we get to apply.
Yeah.
So go ahead and tell people about your podcast, what it's about.
Talking Sound really came about when, being an AV engineer for half my life, at some point my wife was like, so what are you going to do when you can't do that? Because half of it is pushing gear around, you know. I was like, it really is time for me to kind of take some technicians under my wing and bring them up in the industry. And it's such an odd industry, People go to school, especially in Florida, to places like Full Sail, things like that, and it's great. But they don't tell you about like the live AV side of the industry. They don't tell you about this side of the industry, and
they far from prepare you for reality.
Yes, exactly. Like what are you going to do when you're not mixing rock and roll from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.? You can make twice as much as what you make in rock and roll doing this. But it's knowing those barriers to entry. It's knowing where to go to find this stuff. Yeah. And it's almost a trade secret because, like, for some reason people think you're going to come take their job.
Yeah.
When it's like, dude, at some point you're not going to be able to do your job.
Yeah,
Somebody taught you. Who's teaching the next generation? Who's trying to lay that path forward for the next people coming up? And that's really where my show started from, was the idea of how do we onboard people into this side of the industry? Like how with people like I interviewed Dave Hillis about 2-3 months ago, and he's the guy that engineered Pearl Jam's 10. Like how do you even get into that position? how did you even end up in that studio rolling cables?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So you come from a learning perspective
Yeah.
where you're trying to teach
Yeah,
people
trying
how
to-
that happened.
What's how they got to the point that they're at, how engineers got there, how hosts got there, how actors got there, directors, even special effects artists, stuff like that. Because that's what really started my bug
Yeah.
was drama and live theater and
Okay.
things like that. And I wanted to go into special effects makeup, and now I'm a video engineer live on shows, like 180
Yeah.
degrees from what I wanted to do in the industry.
That happens a lot.
But yeah,
Yeah.
and you know, it's so hard,
I was gonna say,
especially now
you've got a great TEDx talk
with
on it.
yeah.
with younger kids coming up. I think that we've really lost the concept of going with trade
Uh-huh.
and the idea of what do you do with the trade.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I was in my 30s, people asked what I was going to do when I grew up. It's like, I owned my own business running rock and roll shows. What do you mean, what am I going to do when I grow up? Like, I literally just moved a whole sound system across the country. Like, I have a business. What
Yeah.
do you mean? But, yeah, it's strange
Yeah.
because...
Because people just don't respect the trades
Yeah.
the way they did. And
Yeah.
here's the thing. For those of you watching live and seeing the unbelievable amount of work that goes into what's happening behind us, it is so detailed because, you know, some of these things are just bare particle board right now. And by the time the show floor opens on Tuesday, it is going to be that booth is going to be beautiful. It's going to be pristine from corner to corner.
Yep.
Nobody is going to know that 48 hours earlier, it was just nonsense particle board.
Yeah.
Because
there-
there's so much that goes into this.
There's actually people painting right
Yep.
now. They're painting, and it's crazy.
and we were smelling saws
Yeah.
earlier. and
Oh
like-
yeah, no, it is a full-on construction zone
Yeah.
that you're in right now. And, like, this is exactly what I do: is exhibit floor, everything else. And the guys that put this stuff together, I tell them all the time, like, we get all the glory because we're the ones there glad handing the client, like, oh, you've got a problem with your HDMI cable, let me go get you one. And suddenly we're the hero. Like, dude, there are guys that spent 4 days here building your booth.
Yeah.
Like, those are the heroes, man.
They're
They're
guys
the ones
that
that
are, like,
make you look good.
running the guys running the dock, bringing everything in, coordinating all
Yeah.
that. The people running forklifts right
Yeah.
now behind us.
the people that built the tower we're sitting on
Yeah.
right now. Because
Absolutely.
this isn't an
Crazy.
easy thing.
No.
We're
No.
on the second. We are literally 2 stories up.
Yeah.
We're-
Yeah.
And this is something that's just here for
Yeah,
a
it's
couple of
just
days.
normal.
Yep.
And we are 100% confident in its construction
I am.
because we're confident in the tradesmen
That's
that put
right.
all this stuff together. So
That's right.
We talk a lot because we work with
Yeah.
with First Robotics and stuff like that.
Sure.
We talk a lot about if you don't think the college experience is the place for you, if you think a trade school is the place for you,
That's
Do it.
cool.
do not
it.
let somebody bully you into
Yeah.
going the wrong way for you. Each person's different. Go
Absolutely.
go
And,
with your heart.
Yeah.
like, even myself as a video operator, I have 0 textbook classroom went to school for it experience. I took an internship at a video editing house
Oh.
and learned to scan and edit pictures back when you could make a living, like, putting people's old pictures onto DVDs. Anybody can do it now with iMovie and just say,
Oh my
like,
God.
Kim Burns effect, and it
Easy.
flies in. But at one point you had to actively go, we're going to start here, we're going to move it there.
Uh-huh.
And that's where it started. And then I started learning deck-to-deck editing with cameras and stuff like that. So
Me
it
too.
was really interesting to me to come at it from that side of the industry, where it was like going and spending a 30-hour-a-week internship somewhere and learning on the job. And I'm happy to have had that experience, mainly because it gave me a lot more of the plug it in, unplug it, set it, reset it
Yeah.
experience than
Yeah,
being
I
in the
had-
studio.
I had the opportunity in high school. Our school produced what was at the time the first and only totally student-produced broadcast TV show.
Nice.
We were on our local Fox affiliate. Well, the local CBS affiliate when I got there, but we told them to pound sand my freshman year. So for the whole time I was there, we were on the local Fox affiliate, and we did a 30-minute show every week. We had a host from our school, and then we brought in a host from another school in the broadcast area, and we taught them how our studio worked, and we
Absolutely.
and you know, yes, the Poynter Institute for Media Studies was a partner of ours, and they came in and gave us some help, and of course the local Fox affiliate came in and taught us some stuff, but you know, all of my knowledge comes from there. Like, that's where I got started, was literally being in an active television studio where we were producing a show that was going on broadcast. There was no way you could get it wrong. You had to get it right because it was going on air and people were going to see it outside of your school. And so, you know,
and that's what's so fascinating about your podcast is that, like, you're showing, like, young people that, like, your path can come from anywhere. Like, this is my path. It may not be your path. You don't have to go to school. You don't have to do any of, like, this stuff. But look where I came from, and this is what I'm doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I went to college for an education degree. Like, I was an assistant youth minister for years as a job. I'm, like, this is what I did for fun in my home studio and stuff like that. And somebody literally heard what I was making and went, wow, this is what you need to be doing. And I don't think it was until 10 years after that, actually, that I was working actively. I had a full-time job during the day, and I was mixing 5 nights a week at a venue. And I was just having a beer in between bands, and someone was like, oh, you know, what do you do? Like, they didn't see me behind the soundboard or up on stage all night, obviously. And I was like, well, you know, I work at IDEX Labs during the day, but I'm a sound guy by trade. And I was like, whoa. I don't define myself by my day job.
Right.
Like, this is obviously what I define myself as. This is, as it would be called, my vocation. That's why it's called vocational school, you know, because you're supposed to find out what you want to do for the rest of your life, not what you want to go do for other people.
Yeah,
you know, and
that's so inspirational.
For the cubicle, like, there are a lot of people that are called to the cubicle life. Go for it. More power to you.
and there are some people who are in it who want out.
I suffered in it. I was not somebody who excelled in that world. I did not enjoy it.
Yeah.
I would prefer to hustle day in, day out and wonder where my next meal is coming from.
Oh, yeah.
And it is that way frequently. It's feast or famine.
Yes, it
in
is.
this industry, because, hey, come Christmas time, all these people that are doing these shows, they don't want to be on the road. They want to be home with their families. So there's like a month and a half of dead time in most people's schedule in this industry.
Yeah.
Although, in fairness, they've been setting this up since I think the 19th of December. From what I understand.
I actively know technicians here in town, and yes, they have been working on CES since at least that point.
Yeah, I believe the CTA has the lease on the building on both facilities for 3 weeks.
Wow.
For a 4-day show.
Yeah.
So
that's incredible.
So let's talk about the show.
Yes.
That's what we're here for.
God, I can't
let's
wait.
talk about the show. Danielle, this is 6.
This is 6.
What are you most excited? I cannot believe this is 6.
This is 6. Yeah, it's gone by so quickly, huh?
I remember you doing your first interview at Gibson and being so worried.
I was so scared.
And me not telling you were going to do it.
No, you didn't tell me. You threw me in, and look at me now.
Right. You've got a show with your name in the title.
Yeah.
So, what are you most excited about this year? Obviously, everything's different for us.
Everything's different for us. I'm excited. Honestly, I feel like because it's the start of a new decade, I feel like there's going to be so much more new tech on the floor. You know, like advertising, like this is what's going to happen in the 2020s, you know?
Sure.
And I think that's so exciting.
And there's some new terms that have popped up in the last couple of months as kind of regular industry terms that even in July, you know what? When we were in Toronto, these terms were not being used.
Okay.
And that was in May. We didn't hear these terms at all. I can't avoid them this week. For example, AIoT. It's the combination of AI and the Internet of Things into one term, AIoT. If you read the emails this past month from all the companies here, AIoT, a term basically didn't exist in May, it is everywhere today. We're going to see a lot of that, I think. Even LG and Samsung
And this
are
is where the
using it.
future's at, guys. Like, this isn't just like this year or anything. This is everything that's happening in the next, 10 years and expanding.
Because if you think about what's right below us, right? Because we're on the second floor of the broadcast tower, on the second floor of the Sands. So literally below us, on the first floor, right below us is Eureka Park, which is the coolest part of the show floor.
I love Eureka Park.
Because it's the what's Nikia's term? The mad scientist area. It's half those things couldn't possibly be products. And I think even they know it. But somebody's going to see it and go, aha. And that will turn into a thing. And then some of them are such good ideas that you can't believe they don't already exist. 4 years ago now, we met Robbie Cabral.
Oh, yeah, with Benji Lock.
With Benji Lock.
Yes.
And he was in a tiny booth downstairs and in a stall, right? Because they're no bigger than this, right? And he was down there with a wooden prototype of his little padlock. And he was desperately trying to get somebody to pay attention to him, and nobody would pay attention to him except for Dave, right?
Exactly.
Except for Dave.
Struck up a conversation with
Dave said, "This is cool." And he made
He has
Marissa.
an eye for that.
He made Marissa do an
because
interview.
Danielle wouldn't do the interview.
Hey.
He made Marissa do an interview. Robbie went on to be featured on Shark Tank.
Yep.
To be invested by Mr. Wonderful, and then to have the whole company purchased by Hampton Products, the same company that makes the armored car, the Brinks Home Security. So the same company that makes Brinks Home Security bought his company, and now he has a massive presence on this floor.
Upstairs.
Like
upgrade.
last year, his space was bigger than ours. Like, it was a massive amount of space that was dedicated to him. So, I mean, you never know what you're going to see, and you never know what crazy idea that even people are ignoring are going to turn into something big. I mean, I have one. Well, I have two. He gave us one, but I went and bought my own. And I use it a lot. I use it at the gym for my locker and all kinds of stuff. They're really great. And now with the little TSA version.
Did you describe what Benji
So
Lock
Benji
is?
Lock is a biometric padlock. So you can lock it and unlock it using just your thumbprint. And
Really?
so last year they announced that there was a TSA lock coming, and it has come out this year. So you can put it on your suitcase or whatever, and TSA can open it, but nobody else can.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I haven't even heard that.
Yeah. So new products this year. That's all I know.
Oh, that's exciting.
I know that there's new Benji Lock products
And
this
we
year.
can't wait to talk to them this year, you know?
I know he announced this morning that with one of those websites, like the something in design or something like that. Yeah, I can never think of what it is. It's one of those websites that's been around for a while, and they show up on Facebook ads all the time. But they have, I think, an exclusive on a new matte black version of the lock, which looks really slick because the shiny's nice, but that matte black's pretty cool. So hopefully he's going to be on the show. I'm looking forward to that. And then the CEO of Hampton Products is going to be on the show. I love that guy. He's
great.
He is so energetic.
Is that Kim?
Yeah. He's so excited about his products and the things he does. I can't wait to have
Passion
him
is
on
just
the show.
awesome when it comes on the show.
It'll be the first time he's been on the live show. We've interviewed him on the floor, but it'll be the first one on the live show. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about the AIoT because that affects my day job in a way that'll be wonderful, I'm hoping. So I'm looking. Those are my two big things: is getting to talk to Hampton Products and the whole family on the show, and then seeing what AIoT has in store for us in the next decade,
In the
like
next
you said.
decade, yeah.
How about you, Chris? What are you looking forward to?
Mine's microphones in AV, man.
Okay.
I am a microphone fiend. I love microphones. I have an incredible collection at home. I'm never not buying microphones. There's always at least a good 2 or 3 on my Amazon list where it's like, okay, I'm going to add that to my cart, and I'm just going to save it for later so it's right there for rapid addition later. But, yeah, for me, it's definitely video cameras, that kind of stuff, interfaces, anything to do with our side of the industry. I am just rabidly about. So I can't wait to see some of the new products coming out. Action cameras, 3D cameras, AR, VR, all that kind of stuff.
So we have 5 AR/VR companies coming on the live show this week.
Nice.
We have, I think, at least one audio company coming on the show this week. And then out on the show floor, especially Central Hall, you've got Canon, which is always good. Shure, Audio Technica, which are always fun. Sennheiser. Sennheiser is, from a mic perspective, is a favorite of ours. It's what we use on the floor.
Yeah.
So they're all out there, and they're all good friends of the TPN. So
Nice.
they are always looking forward to hearing from the TPN group. So
Absolutely.
they'll be excited to see you.
Yeah, it's going to be super fun. I have been pumped about this for weeks and just can't wait to get down there when all the construction is done and start walking around and seeing things and making notes about who to go talk to during the day.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
Well, all of that is going to be available, all of that and more, because we have 152 interview slots.
Just on the live show.
Just for the live show, plus all the work people are going to be doing on the floor. We expect 200-plus interviews probably.
Oh, yeah.
From CES 2020.
That's so exciting.
From across the TPN family. And
Just
we're
a
all
wince
very,
of content.
And so, here's how you get it. You can go to techpodcasts.com. That's plural, techpodcasts.com. If you can't remember that, that's okay. TPN.tv will still take you to the website, and it's the new website. TPN has been completely redone. It is so much better. I loved the old TPN, but in comparison, I hate the old TPN. The new one is so fantastic. So on the homepage right now of techpodcasts.com, you could be watching us. This stream right now is available there. You can be watching us on plugkitslive.com. You can watch us on geeknewscentral.com, gncweekly.com, thegadgetprofessor.com, thetechranch.com, I think, and talkingsoundpodcast.com.
That is correct.
It will be across all of them. It'll be everywhere. We have an opening that we will be premiering on Tuesday that includes all of the I think 3 people have seen this opening so far. That includes everybody. It's a really cool opening. I spent way too much time on it.
I'm excited to see it myself.
So it'll have all the brands in the opening, and then so starting Tuesday, our time, which is Pacific time, at 10 a.m. we will be going live. And starting at 10:10, we will have an interview every 10 minutes all day long. And then again on Wednesday, starting at 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. every 10 minutes. And then Thursday. And then Friday, we have a condensed day. And here's why. The show floor opens, just like on Tuesday, the show floor opens later, I think. Maybe not. It might open at the same time. But the show floor closes early, and we want to be out of here before the demolition starts behind us. So we will be off the air early, but we are bringing back something that TPN has not done in a very long time. We're going to do the Best of CES awards for TPN. I'm very excited about it. The trophies are back at our condo.
I'm so excited
they
about
are amazing.
They are so pretty, and we can't wait to showcase them and tell you guys what our favorites are.
So we will premiere the trophies on the Tuesday show in the first 10 minutes, and then we'll take them off the table, and we'll show them at the beginning of every day. But then on Friday, the end of our broadcast, I believe, is it starting at 1? I think is what we blocked off,
I think
starting
so.
at 1.
Yeah.
We will do the live presentation of the awards. Each of the 5 primary brands, which is why we were having trouble with the 6 earlier. Each of the 5 primary brands will have one, and then representatives from all 5 brands will get together and discuss what we believe is the best of the best, which we will, as a group, give to what we consider to be our best of the
And
best.
this starts on Friday.
Yes, Friday. I believe it's at 1 Pacific time, so 4 East Coast time. So, and then as soon as that's done, we're done. We got to break this down and get out of here. Because once these things get going again, I don't want to be in here anymore.
No,
it's
you
even
don't.
louder when it's
scary.
coming down than
Yeah.
going up. We want to be out of here before all the big trucks get in here. So, for now, we have another event to go to. So,
And that one will not be live, but they
No.
will all be posted on the websites.
that will go into that count of that 50 plus.
But we might do
Additional.
some Facebook Live or
Sure.
some
Yeah.
Periscope. We might do something while we're there just to give you a sneak peek.
Sure. So find us on Facebook, Plug Hits Live Radio, or find us on Periscope at Plug Hits Live. That's where we'll be
As well
if
as
we do any
Snapchat
live
and
stuff.
Instagram.
Yes, for sure. It's Plug Hits Live across the board. If you want to find all of those things, plughitslive.com/subscribe. We'll have all of our shows and all the different ways you can connect with us per show. Because we have got social media for different shows, so you can actually connect with us per show. From
And we
there.
love to show the behind the scenes. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, we love to show everything
you.
that's going on behind the
And
scenes.
please comment. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, what you want to see more of.
Thank you for
Yeah.
mentioning behind the scenes, because we haven't made as big of a deal about this as we should have, and I apologize. That's me screwing up. We are back doing a live blog this year.
Yes.
So when you go to plughitslive.com, what you will see is the live blog. And the live blog will include the live stream at the top, but it'll also include, we've been taking pictures and videos all day and posting it to the live blog. It's actually been really active, so that you guys can actually see
what we're
really
doing at a given moment.
the insanity that is behind
Right. And the fun.
what you normally get to see. And then, the after hours stuff that is actually press only, that only we're allowed into, those types of things. We love to share those
and
things.
even like Vegas stuff, like a lot of us really love spending time in Vegas.
Yeah.
Lighty uppy
Oh.
things.
Lighty uppy
everywhere.
things everywhere.
Oh,
So that will be on the live blog, you bet.
I got secret bars all over the place in Vegas.
Ooh.
So,
Follow,
We didn't
Make
have
sure you
plans
follow
tomorrow night,
along.
but maybe we do now.
Yeah. I was going to say, you know what? We might have a new Chris and Ann since you're not here this year. Hopefully we can get Chris and Ann back next year. I miss them.
Yeah.
I would love to have some of the old live crew come back next year. Now that we're back and doing the big show
Yes.
all day, we're really excited about it. But for now, we've got to go get to CES unveiled because there's a lot going on. And so with that, I can't say on behalf of the staff that's not here because our entire crew is here. So with that, on behalf of the staff that's behind the cameras, I'm Scott.
And I'm Danielle.
and I'm Chris.
And we will see you guys Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Ciao.
Bye.